The Patrick Star game was announced recently, and it looks. This feels like a very mixed bag, and that's why I wanted to talk about this game because looking at the trailer right off the bat. Now, this is not a deal breaker, but something that I noticed right off the bat, and I actually just checked to make sure it wasn't just because like this is the Switch version, which is also scary that that's also a thing. Like I forgot about needing to worry about because it's just been a while since I've gotten like third party games that if on the Switch, it'll just be worse. I mean, it'll probably be like not, it probably will be the worst out of all of them in terms of like graphics and stuff, but I don't know if it needs to be toned down or if it's like, if it plays similar. But I checked the other trailers and right off the bat, there was like this really random pop in to the point where, like I said, it's not a deal breaker, but it was very odd that like for the trailer, they just left it. Again, not a deal breaker, but just it was just a little weird to see that pop in. And then when Patrick Star goes to talk, the mouth movement does not feel good. And overall, the impression I get is that this is not like a super well polished game. And on the Switch, it's going to cost 50. Okay, no, it is 40. It's 40. I was looking at something different. It's 40. So honestly, for the type of game that it is, this might just be awesome. This might just be a fun romp because I do miss the days of certain games coming out where they were just fun. It wasn't about fancy graphics. It wasn't about all sorts of other random bells and whistles. It was just like, here's a game. It's just fun. And then there's like also like collectibles and like you're having so much fun that you're like, I think I'm just going to 100% this game. That's what this game looks like. And I think if it goes that route of like, it's not trying to be this well polished game, it honestly could end up really fun. It could go one of two ways because it could also go the route of like, they were attempting to make like a, I don't know how to word it without sounding mean because I was going to say like a legit game, but this is still a legit game. But like, there's the games where like clearly they put like a ton of money in, they put like a ton of work on animations, they put a ton of work on like all this other stuff. I'm not saying that this game took no work, but I feel like there's like a difference between some of the like really, really big, like super polished, like we're trying to go all out type of game. This doesn't feel like that to me. And as long as it knows what it is, I feel like this honestly could be a lot of fun. Like I said, I miss those games where like you turn them on and they were just wacky. I feel like there isn't as many like I feel like now when there's like a wacky game, it was intentionally trying to be this over the top wacky game. Like no shade to it, but like Goat Simulator. That's a game where it worked. Like it's a super wacky game and it worked. I've never played it, but it worked. Like people love it. Like that's fine. I'm not knocking that. But I feel like we haven't had this like middle ground game where it's like, no, like this is you know what it makes me think of actually? Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which whew, that game had a lot of problems, but it was wacky fun. It was a game where like you could take it seriously, but it was just wacky fun. It was trying to be like a like stand up with the platform fighters, but it was also just wacky. It had its own thing to it. It wasn't exactly like something else. It felt like its own. It was wacky and it was just fun. Like I said, that game had a bunch of other problems, so that's why it ended up. I don't think anyone's really playing either of them, the first or the sequel at this point, but it was fun. At least I played the first one. I didn't play the second one because yeah, that's a whole different topic, but it was fun. And for this game, it really does look like it honestly could be one of those just, this is a wacky game. It knows what it is. It being 40, I think, is a telltale sign. It being 40 to me makes it seem like it knows what it is. And as long as there's enough content in there, it really does just look like fun. And like I said, I miss that type of atmosphere, that type of game where it's not, it's that middle ground. It's just, I don't know. I honestly, I'm excited. I don't know if I'll take the plunge and get it, but it is definitely on my radar now because when I first saw the trailer, it was not. I saw the trailer and it was just like, like it doesn't really seem that like polished. But all that was in my head was like, well, if it's trying to be this or that, then I don't think this really works. Because in my head, I see a game, I instantly think like $60. Pretty soon it'll probably be defaulting to 70 because who knows what's going to happen. But I default into this is $60. This is trying to be X, Y, or Z. The way that it looks right now, I don't think it's going to be worth that amount of money. It being 40 and it looking the way that it does, I think this game knows what it is, and it honestly could just be a ton of fun. So I'm very curious as to if you guys feel the same way about this just looks like wacky fun, or if you are looking at it as like, I kind of wish that it was a little bit different. So let me know if you plan on getting this. Let me know your thoughts on it overall. And yeah, let me know and take care.